So I've been playing Genshin for a little while now. To be exact, I've been playing for over 5 years, 1 month. And in that time, I've done pretty much everything this game has to offer. Characters, exploration, achievements, and even all the endgame. So I thought in celebration of my 5 years of playing this game, it was about time we go through our entire account. An account I've maybe put a couple too many hours into. But anyways, we'll have a look through our completionist activities, best built characters, and even give a couple of showcases at the end as well. So enough talking, and let's just get right into it. Now quickly before that, Hoyoverse has their own official top-up center. And right now, if it's your first time topping up on the site, you get 300 free premium gems on any purchase. Even the $1 pack, which is a really good deal. You also get 5 8% bonus coupons on top of that, so every top-up is still earning you extra primos. In total, you're looking at up to 2,590, plus 300 extra primo gems, which is not bad at all. So make sure to hit the link in the description and grab your free primos while you can. Back into the video. Okay, I believe it is time to do our account review. Yay! I haven't done an account review of my own account in a very long time, and a lot of things have changed since then. And there's just under a month until Snezhnaya drops, so I thought it was about time that we get it on the record and see what we got. So let's just get into it. I'm going to try and keep this one nice and concise. I'm not going to go through every character I possibly own, because there's a little too many. But we're going to go over some key characters, go over our exploration, achievements, all the other stuff as well. Now, the first thing we need to get on record is when did we start this game? It is going to be the 2nd of the 6th. Which means, if you are observant, it has been 5 years and just over a month. Just over 5 years, 1 month. Damn. Now, I was a little bit late to the party. That's obviously not when Genshin started. Genshin started like 8 months earlier or something. But still, I was there pretty early into the game. Now, also while we're here, we should have a quick look at our character roster, I guess. Now, a lot of the early characters I didn't end up getting, and nor do I really want to go back for them. Sorry to the 3 Klee fans combined, but yeah. There's no one I really still want that I haven't got. But as we move up, we start getting a lot more characters here. We skipped a couple. Yoimiya we got on the second account, of course. Ito I never wanted. Shenhe, maybe. But I of course got my goat Raiden, my goat Kokomi. Yaimiko's made a comeback now. I should have got her a long time ago, I guess. Ayato I also got, which is, I mean, he's a guy. Now, as to the people I skipped in Sumeru, it was just these 4. Sino, Nilo, Alhaitham, and Baiju. Alhaitham's the only one I would really think about going back for. I do really like him. But I was happy enough with my fucking Wander, I guess. I think during Sumeru, a lot of my plans were to go back and get the old characters, which I did. Now, during Fontaine is when we started to really pick it up. In fact, we only skipped, again, 4 characters, which are probably the 4 worst. I mean, at least Liddy and Siegeweed, bro. Like, ain't no one care about all this. Navi and Churi, I didn't really like Geo, so I just didn't pull them, but I got everyone else. Now, Natlan was actually kind of crazy, because this is where I started to, like, I was, like, fully caught up with everyone I wanted to get around here. So I skipped Mulan, which I'm still happy I skipped Mulan. And then I also skipped Mizuki, of course, because she's standard ban. I still haven't lost a 50-50 to her. But I got every other single person. All the way up into Nodcry, through Nodcry, and then we started skipping again. The first one I skipped was Durin, which I somewhat regret. But I'll get him on a rerun if I really want. Varka, Nicole, and Lowen we all got on the second account. So that's sort of the deal there. The Hexray characters are all on the second account. And then, of course, we got Sandrone. And I do have plans to make a good team around Sandrone as well in Snezhnaya. So yeah, that's the character archive. And you may be a little interested, what is the spending status of a guy like me? Because not only do I have characters, I have weapons and stuff as well. So what is a guy like me 5 years into the game? Does he spend on the game? Question mark. And this is the point where I say I am a complete free-to-play. Apart from a couple of things. The couple of things are Welcome to the Moon I've been buying for like a good 4 years. I've also been buying Battle Pass on and off for the last couple of years as well. So there's that. That gives me a lot of resin though, which I kind of need. And then as for topping up, I think I've topped up twice. I think I once bought the big pack and I once bought like a $20 pack. That's it. Now, have there been gems gifted to my account? Yes, of course. A lot of gems. Which is part of the reason why I haven't topped up more. But yeah, if you ask me to estimate how much has been spent on my account overall, either through me or other people, I would like to say under $2,000. Yeah, $1,000 to $2,000, probably on the higher end of that, maybe about 1,700. I wish there was a way you could see exactly how many Genesis crystals you've ever got, but I don't think there is. Although that's kind of low for most people's standards, and the reason I've been able to keep up with everything is because I'm a big time completionist. In fact, I have spent an ungodly amount of hours on this game, which I don't even know if I want to share, honestly. And by requesting your data from Hovos, you can see how much time you've actually spent in game. Now, I'm not sure if this counts like all time, because it's a little bit lower than I actually estimated. Maybe it doesn't count time when you're paused, maybe time on the screen, I don't know. Also only tracks per account, which I once made a hardcore account, which I spent like 40 hours on. No, was it more than that? It might have been more than that, I don't know. Also, I did speedrunning, which was also a lot more accounts. Also, I did other things on other accounts, but I mainly play 2 accounts now. So the in-game time for my second account is totaled up to about 785 hours, that is. Which is about 30... That's a month. That's over a month. Holy fucking shit. But like I said, that is only the second account. The first account's a little bit worse. Just a tad. It's only a slight 2.1 thousand. It's actually a little bit higher. It's about 2,115. So, yeah. And if we add them up, that's 2,900 hours, of course, which is it's not as bad as I thought. I also think it's a lot higher, because this is only in-game time and it doesn't count my other accounts. So I would estimate I'm in the 3,000 hour range. But yeah, that's just my hours. Maybe too many. I don't care. I don't care. It's fine, bro. It's fine. Now you might be wondering, well, what have you done in those 3,000 hours? And the answer is kind of a lot. If you didn't happen to know already, I'm kind of a completionist, which means I like to do every single thing this game has. And that means like everything. So I never really miss a day of dailies, and I pretty much do every single event to the fullest. No, okay, pretty much is an understatement. I do every single event for the fullest, and I have done for about 4 years. So, let's first have a quick look. Of course, we are 100%. We went back about 2 years ago, I don't know, and 100%ed the whole world, and then ever since then, we've just been keeping up with it. So, yeah, everything's 100%. This isn't that crazy, though. We've done the moon, if it wants to show me. Yeah, there you go. We've done all the Enkanomiya, we've done the chasm, everything. Now, it's not a true 100%, because I still find chests and stuff occasionally in the world, which I would love to go clean up if they give us a proper fucking, like, compass. But either way, it's pretty good. I'm not too upset about it. Now, the other thing I have been keeping up with as well is a little something called achievements. Now, we maxed these out, well, again, like 2 years ago, I think. And ever since then, we have just been doing them all. Right now, the maximum amount you can get is 1757, so we are holding every single one. I've shown this off in the past before, but there's heaps of really hard ones, like catching 2,000 fish, I think it is, as well as doing like R&R quest. There's I can't even remember, dude. There's so many hard achievements. Oh, there's the 300 day achievement as well, the 300 IRL day achievement. I forgot about that. But yeah, we have been keeping up with achievements, and yeah, we're at the max. And if you couldn't have guessed, we have, of course. Okay, wait, this is we haven't done this today. This is Sandrin's story quest thing. But yeah, we do max quests. Quests are all done, as well as we finished all the local legends. You can see by our name card here, we have finished all the local legends and all of the achievements around them as well. So there's that. So I think that's the major things that we've done. Now we get onto like the other things that are kind of nobody really thinks about. The first is the archive. You can actually go through and collect every archive entry, collecting all the books, collecting all the materials, all the equipment, all the living beings. Like, there's a lot you can do in here, which I'm not 100% maxed in. The reason is there's many like things that I haven't kept up with, especially like gadgets. I'm missing a whole bunch of gadgets just from time I didn't play before. Also, I mean, if I was a true completionist, I'd have like every weapon, which I don't have, so you can't really get for that. So without spending money, I've pretty much got every archive entry I can. So I mean, it's not bad. Now, there are 2 more things with this year in regards to completionist activities. The first is honestly not that insane. I don't think, at least. We got every single character up to level 70, which took like a couple of months of just farming characters, but Honestly, it wasn't too bad. I did used to have a lot more Mora and books before I did this, but we're looking a little broke now. But yeah, this is basically just so I can like use them if I need to. Because a lot of characters, like, you never know when you need to use them. Also, Imaginarium Theater, you need like characters. And they need to be level 70 at minimum. So I was like, fuck it. You know what? I'll just get them all level 70. It did hurt getting a few of them up. Like, yeah, but whatever, we did it. The other thing we finished this year is... Okay, listen. Okay, so I haven't kept up to date with it since the new moon patch dropped, but I did finish every single dish. Collecting every recipe and collecting... Well, making them all complete. If you don't know, once you like get enough proficiency on a recipe, it's 15 for blue. It's a lot higher for the other ones. But once you get enough proficiency, you can insta-cook any recipe. So if we go here, I completed all of these. You don't know how long this took, especially for something like this where you have to just collect so much bullshit and make it 25 times just so you can quick craft it. Holy, actually horrible, but we did do that as well. So I believe that's most of my completionist activities. I don't think there's too much. I've been keeping up with it pretty well, but I let it slip every now and then. Plans for the future is just to keep up with it. I'm thinking possibly... I don't know if I want to do it, but I was thinking about trying to get every character built as well as having them level 70. Like, getting them leveled with their talents and maybe just putting some shitty artifacts on, but that would take a lot of time. So I don't know. So I believe next thing's next, we should do a little something called the inventory. Let's have a look through our inventory. But yeah, immediately when we open, we see a couple of 5-star weapons. Just one or two of them. I have expanded my roster quite a bit in this last year. And luckily for me, I haven't actually got too many useless weapons. For the most part, every weapon's being used, and like I've been pretty smart with my weapons. I've really only gone for the weapon banner when I want the other weapon as well. So all we have left is a Jade Winged Spear, a Staff of Homer, which these two are both good. We do have a Skyward Spine, another Jade Winged Spear, and 2 Aquillas. So I could refine them, but you never know when you need them. Apart from that, I also was thinking about getting every weapon up to level 70, but I didn't manage to have enough funds to do that. So for now, we just have level 90 weapons of characters we use. Whenever a new character comes out and needs a new weapon, I'll just level it for them, so not too bad. I also do have one of every single weapon locked, R5 for the most part. So I've saved one of every single weapon. Even the 2-star and 1-star ones, I've just got them. My plan was to like get one of every single weapon like max level, but I don't know about that. That's a lot of effort too. So yeah, next. Artifacts aren't really going to show anything. It's we've just been farming a whole bunch of Sandoran set. And I mean, we'll go through them on the characters anyway, but there's a whole bunch of shit in here. Next is this page, the character development items. Again, I've been trying to slowly build my resources back up. I am at, a few books, which is okay. I basically finished every person leveling about like a week ago. So I've been slowly building up. Otherwise, we just have a whole bunch of shit. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about this. We got a whole bunch of boss materials too. I collect like about 20 of each. Sometimes less for like something like this, but I like to collect at least like 10 of each thing. And then I collect the new ones as well when they come out. So I've just been collecting these last 3 ones as well. Boss drops, I think I have an absurd amount of one thing. Yeah, I have 36 of these for some reason. I don't know who I was leveling with that, but yeah, we got that. And then books and stuff and 37 crowns, even though I use quite a few crowns. And that's about it. Also, you may notice we have 7.9 million Mora, which is... This is low for me. The reason I say this is because there is an achievement. Oh, can I find it? Here it is. Collect 800 rewards from Blossom of Wealth or Blossoms of Revelation. I collected all 800 of my rewards from the Blossoms of Wealth, which gave me so much money. I believe my maximum amount I got to was almost 80 million. I almost got to 80 million Mora, but over the last like 2 years, I've just been slowly dropping. So much now that we're under 10 and down to our last 8. I know this is like 10 times more than some other people. But still, I like to have a bit of Mora. Next up, we have dishes, and again, nothing too exciting. We crafted all of the dishes that we could, so that's good. Materials, again, nothing insane. We've just been collecting some stuff. We've got like over of some of the things. I don't know why. But yeah, we've got a whole bunch of shit, a whole bunch of fish. These are all the fish we got, by the way, for the achievement. So pretty good. Gadgets, we're also missing some gadgets, but we've collected every single one in the last like few years. Okay, apart from a few. I'm not sure I got every fishing rod there is. And there's probably a few like miscellaneous things that I don't have. But for the most part, I think we're looking okay. Now the 4 main I keep on me. I don't know why I was keeping this one. I actually have zero clue. But I usually keep a treasure compass, a camera, and NRE menu, which I never use, but I do have it on me. Oh, also while we're here, we can look at this. We've collected every single... well, not every single one, but we've collected every single one we can of the cards that you get for completing Imaginarium, so not too bad. Looking good. Still yet to get a repeat, but it'll come one day. Next, we have quest items. I don't think anybody cares about this. I don't think there's anything too exciting. But this is a little bit more exciting. So, I have my 1 Masterless Stellar Tuner, which I have not used on anyone yet. This will let me get someone else up to level 95. I already do have 1 person level 95, so this is 1 more. I do have also my 5 birthday cakes, so for my 5 years of playing, so very interesting. I also have 35 Fragile Resin, probably saving for Snezhnaya. I'll probably use all of them when Snezhnaya drops. It's not that many, but it's okay. I also have, you know, just a few things, renaming people, Malastra thing, a bit of Star Glitter. We have been using quite a few Sanctifying Elixirs and Dust of Enlightenments, but we still have quite a few left over. I pretty much have collected every single one possible from Stygian any other way you can, even while using them and getting nothing sometimes, but we have 20 and 15. 50 Dream Solvents, don't really care. Next thing is we have 1 of every Oculi, which is over. Apart from the... Yeah, I don't really know what's going on in Dragonspine. Sigils, we got a whole bunch of sigils to shops. And then these things are left over from Enkonomiya, which means I didn't truly 100% Enkonomiya. It's just 100% in name. So maybe I'll go back for that one day. So yeah. But yeah, I think that's about it for the teapot. The inventory, but yeah, I think that's about it. So I believe it's about time we should get into character builds. Now, I've got a few characters set out here that I want to have a look at. Other than them, you can just assume everyone's built like somewhat decently. I really just wanted to show my favorite characters and the ones that are new this year. So, for example, Flynn's is new. Nuvalet I'll show because he's one of my favorites. And listen, people are hating his skin. I don't mind his skin. Maybe I'm in the small minority, but whatever. So yeah, that's the plan here. Okay, so let's... I've got a list of characters. Let me just start picking from the list. I think the only acceptable person first is going to be Raiden. I've shown off my Raiden a few times, and I don't think she's changed that much in this last year. But Raiden was my first 5-star, so she's very deserving of whatever I've given her. Which is going to be Engulfing Lightning, Constellation 3, which, do I regret it? No, not really. She deserves it. And talents are 10, 10, 10. Is she my only Triple Crowned? No, I think I have maybe a couple others. Now, as for artifacts, she is just on Emblem. It's been the same for like a very long time, so we'll skim through them. Decent first piece, a lot of crit rate, so not bad. That piece is really good. No wasted stats at all. Attack and ER with crit and crit damage. Next is ER. It's a good piece. 13.2, 12.4, and 5 attack. The goblet is, I believe it's a little questionable. So yeah, 10.9, 12.4, not too bad. It's the worst piece. Then we have an offset, which is 21.8, 9.7, and 9.9. A really solid piece as well. Overall, her artifacts are pretty good. Her ratio is pretty good. Everything works out pretty well. Is she still the strongest character around? Listen, sometimes someone has to fall before they rise again. Snezhnaya will make, like Yomiko, Raiden meta again. But anyways, 1600 attack. We have an 87, 117. Oh, and 280 ER. Now, the ratio might look off, but we also got to remember I have a C6 Kudrosara. C6 Kudrosara gives us 60 crit damage, so it's effectively a 87, 177, so it's not bad. Okay, next. I think it is only right we go to one of my newer favorites. I mean, he's not that new. It's Kinich. Kinich was one of my favorites when he came out. I really like his design. His gameplay's fun. I thought he was really fun. So I invested quite a lot into him, but I've changed his build a lot over the time. Now, This is where we're going to get controversial here. Weapons, he is on Earthshaker. I didn't manage to get his signature, but I do have an alternative build with him on 1,000 Blazing Suns. So there is an alternative build, but most part I just keep him on Earthshaker. If I need him for like a D6 Stygian clear, I'll pull it out, but yeah. He is also C2, which is pretty fun as well. I really like that. And talents are 6, 10, and 8. Now, as artifacts, we are 4-piece Obsidian Codex. And the pieces are pretty good, I think. Yeah, they're pretty good. Starting out with like a 46 and ER, so not too bad. Then we have, I mean, that piece is a bit worse, but it's not horrible. It's like almost 40 with attack. This piece is pretty decent as well. Some ER, some crit rate, some crit damage. The onset, I remember I had to craft this piece, but it's not bad. 13.2, 6.2, and then some attack as well. And then finally we have the offset, which is the ratio worked out better. We just needed a whole bunch of attack. So we just maxed him out, 16 attack and 3 crit rate. All up, his ratio is going to be a 52 to 21 with also 2.1k attack. Again, keep in mind, Obsidian Codex gives us, what, 40% crit? So effectively, we're on a 92 to 21. If I do change to 1,000 Blazing Suns, I do have more other pieces I can change to, but for the most part, I keep him on this. Alright, so I think we should go next. Now, I should probably address the elephant in the room. That's Mavweaker. If you noticed, 1,000 Blazing Suns is Mavweaker's weapon, but for some reason I have her on Serpent Spine. That is intentional as well. The reason is, we have a support Mavweaker. Mavweaker to me just isn't really fun to play. I really don't like Mavweaker's gameplay, and I will not pull her out unless it's absolutely necessary. In fact, even when it's absolutely necessary, I don't pull her out. I keep her on scroll support for Kinich. But she still does have a good build. She has no constellations, her talents are 8, 8, 10. And her artifacts are also pretty good too. Like, that's good. That's good. That's fucking insane. That one's pretty good too, and so is this. So she has a really good build. All up, 1,700 attack, 96, 198. I mean, not too bad. But yeah, I don't really like Mavweaker, so she is a support. And her weapon goes to whoever I want to have it at the moment. I guess while we're on the top of a Claymore characters, we could just go to the person who is holding Mavweaker's weapon, which is going to be Sandaroon. Now, she is holding this for now because I didn't get her weapon, and I think I'm going to keep her on this for now. Her build's also got a little bit better since I built her about a month ago. Not even a month ago, actually. But she's got no constellations. She's got talents of 9, 7, and 8. Eventually, I think I'll probably crown this and figure something out with the rest. Artifact, she's on the Disenchantment, of course, and her pieces are pretty good. I mean, this looks bad, but I mean, 16 attack, 86 EM, 7 crit damage. Fun fact, I actually rolled this morning, so I thought I'd put it on. Next, we have a decent piece, crit rate, crit damage, attack as well. Obviously, this set hasn't been out for that long, so yeah. Then we have offset, attack 2.7, 33.4, so not bad. Then, of course, we have a goblet. Oh, I skipped over that one. Crit damage, crit rate, and attack. Okay, listen. Just don't worry about this for now. It'll get better. Ratio is 3k attack, 86 EM, 65, 177. So again, not too bad. Now, since she's right next to us, I believe we should go to one of my better built characters. And that is going to be one of my strongest, Skirk. Skirk got a bit of time put into her, and she definitely carries. So let's have a look at Skirk. I did manage to get her weapon for her, as well as no constellations. But she's also at 10, 10, and 9. Not quite triple crowned. One day I'll probably do this if I have enough books, but yeah. Artifacts, we actually put a bit of time into this. You can tell because we have an offset flower. But yeah, we are on 4-piece Finale of the Deep. First up is the offset, which is just going to be a solid, what, 44? Solid 44 with attack, so, I mean, that's not bad at all. We also have a decent piece. It's 9.3, 13.2, and some attack as well, so not bad. Next up, we have, okay, that's crit rate. So we have 17.1 crit rate and 7 crit damage. Pretty good. We had to be careful, though, because she's very easy to overcap crit on with all this crit rate. Then we also have cry damage bonus, 10.1, 18.7, and then some attack. Not a bad piece. And then crit damage. This is maybe the weakest piece, but it's still not bad. It's crit damage with 15.6 crit rate. All up, our ratio is going to be 2.1k attack with an 86 to 19. Again, I think, she gets 15 from Cryo Resonance, so that's a little bit overcapped. She's basically at 101.2 crit rate, but it's fine, it's fine. She's one of my stronger characters. She works pretty well. I'm happy with her. So, who should we do next? I'm thinking it's about time we go to a Nod Cry character. I think let's go show off my Flins. I really liked Flins when he came out, so I put a bit of money and time into him. Well, not money. Just time, of course. So, he's pretty good. I did manage to get both his weapon and a constellation for him, which is pretty good. And I believe his talents are, 1, 10, 10. So, not too bad either. As for artifacts, I think he's in a little bit of a predicament, Flins, at the moment, but he's not looking that bad. He does share this set with like a few other people, so yeah, but I think he's okay. He has a nice piece to start with, a bit of EM and some crit value as well. Then he also has another one, 13.2, and then attack, so it's not bad either. Next up is, this piece is okay, 40 EM, some crit rate, and some crit damage. It's not that bad. Goblet is a little sus. I mean, it's not bad. It gives him a whole bunch of EM, but not much in the terms of crit value, but it's okay. We'll get a better attack offset Goblet one day. Actually, do we have one now? Not really. I also think we don't need much crit rates. That's probably the reason we did that. Yeah, because he's on a crit damage, 7.4 crit rate, and 14 attack. Stats aren't bad. We're at 2.5k attack, 218 EM with a 68,225. So we get the 30 crit rate from the set, which means we're at 98. Yeah, it makes sense we didn't try to go for more crit rate. But he's one of my stronger characters, especially with his full team. He's a Nefer as well. Like, he's probably in my top 3 strongest DPSs. Does he get carried by Benefa? Possibly. Do I care? No. Whatever. So anyway, let's go on to another character. I think, while we're on the topic of Nod Cry, let's just go to my Nefer. Nefer is someone who grew on me, and I actually went back to get both her and Lorma's weapon from the weapon banner. So that's changed quite a bit. And I don't really regret it, because she's pretty strong now. I think her build's even better than Flins's. She didn't get any constellations, and her talents are just 1, 10, and 8, but she's still pretty good. Artifacts, of course, we are on Knights of Sky and Veiling. First piece is pretty good. We got 10.1 crit rate, 14 crit damage, and some EM. Next we have, it looks bad, but the EM's worth it. I think we were on this one before, but we don't need that much crit rate, so I think the 77 EM's worth it. Next we have EM, low crit rate, high crit damage, not bad. Then we have EM again, 8.2, 21. It's not bad. And finally we have, I mean, it's not bad either. It's 58 EM, some crit rate, and some ER. I believe we're probably, oh, I forgot as well. I forgot the Lorma gives us crit rate too, which means we have to be under, like, quite a lot. Yeah, under 50, I think. So yeah, we're at 49.2, 314.9. I think that's a pretty good ratio. Oh, and EM's at 744 as well. So she's pretty good. The problem I run into in her teams is I always die because I don't have Lorma C1 either. I do have Columbina on... What is Columbina on? Columbina's on Prototype Amber, which gives us a little bit of, you know, sustain, but I still managed to die quite a lot. Talking of Columbina, we may as well just look at her while we're here. I did manage to get her C1. I would maybe go back and try and get her C2 at some point, but that's for the future. And talents are going to be 1, 10, and 10 as well. So we've really been crowning a lot of characters. Artifacts were on SMS, and the pieces are just like, I mean, that's pretty good. Again, a lot of ER, that's pretty good. That's okay. That's kind of a crazy off piece. Just like 43 crit value. And then we have crit rate, HP, crit damage. It's not bad. She's at, what, like 36k HP with some good ratio. So not so bad. So we're now coming towards the end of the characters. I think, let's go, we kind of skipped one who was very early on, and that's going to be Nuvolette. My Nuvolette is really well built. Like, he's probably still one of my strongest DPSs, even though he's not the greatest anymore. But his build's like kind of crazy. So let's have a look at it. We are going to be signature weapon and C1, which definitely contributes quite a lot towards him being really crazy. Talents are also 10-8-8 as well, so that's not bad. And then we have a Murasasi Hunter. So first piece, we are going to have a 15.2, a 15.5. Basically just a 46 crit value piece on set. With ER, I guess, as well. So that's not too bad. Next up, we're going to have probably the weakest piece, but still not bad. HP, crit rate, crit damage, and flat HP, I guess, matters as well, so it's not horrible. Next, we have, maybe this one's worse, actually. 10.5, 12.4 HP on set. It's not horrible, but, like, it's just alright. Then we probably have the offset, right? Yeah, we do. Offset's going to be HP, crit rate, and crit damage, which is pretty good. Matters for him quite a lot, so that, I'm happy with that. And then also we have gone for, we had crit rates or crit damages, but it worked out that this just gave us more with an HP onset with like 43? HP onset with 43 and also 11 ER, it just worked out better for us. So all up stats are 40k HP with a 59 to 54. 252, sorry. Where did I get the 4? Also, we get 36 crit rate from the set, which means we're at effectively 96. Yeah, 96. 90 or 95.1, so it's not bad. Okay, so now we come into 3 last characters. These 3 are all special in their own ways. They're all on this top line. And the first one is going to be Linnea. Now, those who know, we had a bit of an incident with Linnea. Some call it addiction, some call it good luck, some call it just being crazy. But we did manage to get her weapon and 3 constellations. Did I plan for this? Absolutely not. Did I keep getting insanely lucky? Yes. The age-old question, though, is it my fault? Maybe, possibly, but yeah, who cares? So talents are going to be 1, 10, and 8, as well as artifacts. Now, the artifacts actually don't live up to her, constellations as well as they should. But she does some massive damage. Like, some absolutely huge nuke damage. But these pieces are like, that's okay. That works. I mean, that works as well. This piece is the only really good one. I mean, this piece is good too. But this piece is definitely the standout. And then this piece works as well. It gets some ER, I guess, and some crit rate defense. So she has, 2.3k defense with a 75 to 57. Again, it's really annoying when we miss that crit. We do get 10%, I think, from Illawa C6. We do. So we're at 85%, but like when it misses, it's a bad day. So I think the one that we're going to save for last is Zabai, and there's a reason for that. Let me just check something real quick. I believe the last time I checked, she was kind of high on the Akasha leaderboards. Now, Akasha leaderboards is a way to check all your builds, like rankings against other people's builds. So right now, my Zabai is my highest rated character. She is in the top 0.01%, sitting at 20th in the world. So her build's kind of insane. But I think before that, we'll have a look at another person who's built really well, and that's going to be Arlecchino. Now, Arlecchino was actually the recipient of my only Master Stellar Fortuna so far. I do have one more, which isn't enough to get a level 100, or we need 2. But I still don't know what I'm going to do with the other one. Now, Arlecchino, I really like Arlecchino. She's sort of punishing for not dodging well. She's fun to play. She can play by herself. She can play with others, as in teammates. So let's have a quick look at her build. She's going to have her signature weapon as well as C1. Talents are 10, 8, and 6. I would level these more, but they actually just don't matter. Like, hardly at all. And artifacts, we actually have 2 separate builds for her, but I'll show you them. Now, first up, we have a decent piece. Again, low rolls kind of fucked me here, but it's okay. Attack, crit rate, crit damage. It's fine. It works. Next is going to be a pretty good piece as well. It's crit rate, crit damage, and 17 attack as well. So it's and EM, sorry, as well. So like this piece is actually insane. Next is, this is our EM timepiece. She works a lot better when we're playing her in a melt team. The reason is we get so much attack on our other pieces that our attack timepiece just like works out worse, but melt isn't great for her for a few reasons, but it's fine. This piece is probably our worst so far as well. So the crit rate, crit damage, and attack, it's fine though. Next is our offset, and I mean, it's just a 40.4 flat, like rolls. We've had this piece for a very, very long time, and it goes to our best pyro DPS, so not bad. And then we have, yeah, this is what I mean. We have crit rate 31.1, 25 attack, and 14.8 crit damage. I mean, we could change like this piece just to gain like 7 crit damage for 25 attack. It's just not worth it. So the melt build works out a lot better as it gives me what, 210 EM, 2.26k attack, and 9173. But she's sort of in an awkward spot because I would like less attack and more crit stats, but I mean, I can't like give up these two pieces. They're just kind of too good. But yeah, I think she's fine. She's fine. Now, final character we're going to have a look at before we go through our endgame and then showcase some of the characters. Zabai. Now, Zabai doesn't have constellations and weapons. She has the Harbinger of Dawn, which is a 3-star weapon, and she has no constellations. Her talents are 1, 10, and 9. I will eventually get this to 10, I think, but one day. But her artifacts are really what carries her. In fact, some of these pieces are like actually disgusting. I don't even want to show you some of these pieces. First up. Yeah, this is the one of the ones I was like, yeah, these guys aren't going to really like me for this. So we happen to have a 32.8% defense with crit rate, 2 rolls of it, and crit damage. I mean, it's okay, I guess. I mean, defense is like so easy to hit, I guess. It is funny though. Why is the person that wants defense like my best built character? Do I just fucking hit defense all the time? But yeah, first piece pretty good. Pretty good, he says. Second piece is decent as well. We're going to have 3.5 crit rate, 37 crit damage. So it's like a, what, 44.3. So it's not bad. Especially if you count in ER, which, I mean, we do burst, so it's somewhat important. Next is a decent piece. It's offset. It's basically the same piece as the last, but just a little worse. But it is defense, so it works. It's okay. The onset ones I have are not that good. Next, we have another decent piece. 47 EM, crit rate, and crit damage. So, pretty good onset. And then the last piece, if I remember correctly, is kind of disgusting as well. Okay, it's not crazy disgusting, but 24 defense, 7 crit rate, and ER as well. So, it's not bad. All up, we have, what, 2.9k defense with a 60,301.6. If you remember, we get 30 crit rate from this set, and we get 10% from Illawa, which means that we are 100.2% crit rate with 300. Okay, this is insane. Build is actually kind of broken, but yeah. It is funny looking at this character versus some of the older characters, and it's like 6,300 is like a good ratio. And then you look back at like Raiden, and it's like, this is a good ratio for the exact same thing. So it's kind of funny, but yeah. That's basically all the characters I have to showcase. The other ones are all built as well. Like my Aito has really good pieces as well. Like, yeah, but like I'm not going to show them because they're kind of just boring. And those are the characters I tend to use the most as well. So yeah, not bad. So now, quickly before we do any showcasing, I want to quickly show endgame modes. There's not too much to talk here about. A little bit though. A new Abyss actually dropped this morning, which was a little tricky. But for the most part, I actually don't struggle with Abyss at all. And haven't in about, I don't know, like 2-3 years. I don't really know. But yeah, the last time I got under 36 stars was a very, very long time ago. So that's not bad. But since then, there's been a lot of new endgame modes. For example, the Imaginarium Theater was the first one. And this one, I believe, if I'm correct, is there a way to see your history? Past performances, here it is. Yeah, I think I've pretty much completed everything max. At the start, it was only... Yeah, at the start, it was a little bit sus. But this is before they introduced any of the stuff. And it didn't really matter, like, what you did. But once they introduced Visionary, and then they introduced Luna, that's when I started, like, being like, okay, well, I should probably just try and, like, complete it max for all the stuff, too. So since then, we have got 12 stars every time. So that's not bad. But now we go to the last endgame mode, the hardest of them all. And that is going to be Stygian Onslaught. Now, Stygian is... I like Stygian, but do I like Stygian? It's caused me a lot of trouble over my time. If you just don't have the right team, you just, like, actually can't clear it. Or you can try and brute force it with Mavweaker with, like, my fucking 200 ping, so, like, yeah, it just doesn't happen. But either way, I don't want to put, like, 400 hours into Stygian. I have cleared D6 twice now. The first time I did it was actually so much fun. I made a video about that one, and it came down to the wire. It was one of the most fun videos I've ever made, but yeah, I cleared that. And the next one I also cleared very easily as well. My Flints is really strong. This one was actually the hardest, the Kinich, but I did manage to clear. And then this one was, I mean, this was free, bro. But apart from that, I've got Fearless every other time. These last two times, I just haven't had what I needed. This one was close. I think I could do a couple of them. I couldn't do the top one because I don't really have Varka. I was trying to brute force it with Arlecchino, but it wasn't really working. But the other two I could complete pretty easily. And then this one, I just had actually no chance. This one I probably would have been able to beat. This one I would have been able to beat as well. I have beat before in D6. This one though, yeah, my Syndrome team is like, look at this shit. Official fucking, I struggled with D5. My Syndrome is like half built. I have a fucking Beto instead of Yaimiko. I have no constellations, no weapons. Like it was rough. But either way, we try and do D6 if we can, but if not, we just do D5, which I'm happy enough with. So, yeah, whoa. But yeah, I'm happy enough with that. I would like to clear D6 more. If it looks possible, I try really hard to clear D6, but if it just doesn't, I just give up. So yeah, either way, I think that's all we have, apart from a little showcase. I thought I'd show off a couple of my strongest teams, DPSs in Malastra Wonderland, so you could get a sort of feel of what my best teams look like. So take your guess at whose team is the strongest. I wonder whose. I wonder which one. But yeah, I'll show you that, and then that's about it. So enjoy. Alright, it's showcase time. I thought I'd give a couple of showcases at the end so you could see what my strongest teams are. To be exact, we're going to go through our 5 strongest teams, and starting us off we have Kinich. I'm going to do a couple rotations of each and then show the DPS and the split breakdown and stuff as well. But this is pretty much going to be the end of the video. I'm just going to add this at the end so you can watch it if you want. If you don't want to, I mean, bye-bye. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Enjoy the showcasing. Yay!
One heart,